伸脑眼耳闭腿通，体能灵动更轻松，这是我们同学无小事的口号。那么今天的节目呢，我想先请大家认识一下我们的现场观众，我们自己给自己掌声好不好？我想趁这个机会呢，向我们电视机前面的观众介绍一下今天到场的观众，因为他是我的少儿频道的亲爱的同事们，还有我们一些同事们的好朋友，所以我想趁这个机会也跟我们的观众介绍一下，我们同学节目组呢，其实有一众台前幕后的工作人员，所以呢，我想先向观众介绍我的第一个同事，你们的露露姐姐。她是露露姐姐，但是她有另外一个身份啊，她已经是一个美丽的新娘子了。所以今天呢，坐在我们的现场自有她的用意。然后我要介绍的第二个我的同事呢，我觉得也应该隆重的介绍她，因为她曾经也是我们出镜的一个姐姐哦，她是我们当年的火鸟2号。所以呢，我跟大家介绍一下苏韵姐姐。苏韵姐姐今天还有另外一个身份，你自己告诉大家。
我还是一个宝宝的妈妈，然后准备又当另一个宝宝的妈妈。
啊，所以呢，大家应该能够感觉到一些眉目了。我们今天的这个节目内容将会讨论什么哈？那么好，第三个同事我也要介绍一下，现在正忙着跟他的那个 BB 在那做交流的。住院，我们摄像机给镜头，我们住院，但是住院的 BB 跑到哪儿去了呢？住院跟我们介绍一下，让我们大家认识一下你的宝贝儿好不好？
大家好，我的宝贝儿小名叫依依，大名叫李木希，今年15个月了。
哎呦，依依，你能不能跟我们电视机前面的观众打个招呼？那么住院呢，这个新妈咪呢，她也是我们少儿频道的同事啊，她是我们的编导，可能你们在镜头前呢，很少见到她，她是幕后功臣哈。然后我们第二位幕后功臣呢，就是住院旁边的也是我的同事啊，小倩，介绍一下你的宝贝儿给大家好不好？让大家认识一下。
这个是我的宝贝，小名叫佳佳，然后大名叫朱佳怡，今天是7个月还差4天。
哦，哎，我留意到现场还有另外一位不是我的同事，但是呢，他的宝贝儿也挺可爱的，也让他的宝贝儿跟我们的观众打一下招呼。我看他笑得好灿烂哦。你说一下他叫什么名字啦？多大啦？
大家好，我的宝宝叫孙东浩。
那么一看这个架势，你们自然会明白我们今天的节目主题是什么啦。当然了，我们要讲的就是关于 BB 成长的话题。当然，主角也不是我了。主角是哪一位呢？我们要介绍一下哈，先用我们的掌声响起，好不好？我们有请来自德国的这一位蕾纳特·文纳克老师，他是发育肌动学的创始人。
蕾纳特·文纳克，德国教育家，发育肌动学创始人，从事人类成长发育行为研究教育实践超过40年。他主张顺着人的发育规律来帮助孩子跨越发育障碍，人为干预必须合乎自然规律。
You shouldn't help little children. They are very competent.
在他的主张下，对于小 BB， 我们的家长应该怎样带孩子，怎样喂孩子，怎样伺候小 BB 的吃喝拉撒呢？本期同学无小事专访文纳克女士，为爸爸妈妈提供科学育儿新概念，古法育儿科学新证。
文老师你好，我没有介绍你的发育肌动学，但是我想让我们的现场观众和我们电视机前面的观众自己去感受一下你所研究的范围。我想希望的文老师可以跟我们谈一下关于这个 BB 车他的看法，从而让我们今天的现场观众还有我们电视机前面的观众了解我们文老师所从事的这个发育肌动学到底是讲什么的，它和我们的生活到底有什么关系。
So first I have to tell something about how we humans grow up. We have the possibility to grow up as carryabouts. We are like kangaroos. We have 2 pregnancies. One pregnancy is for 9 months in the womb, and one pregnancy is for 9 months out of the womb, but near to the mother. Human beings are 1-to-1 beings when they grow up. So you need one person. And the baby has to be with the heart to the heart of the mother and be very close in here. Then the grasping reflex and the sucking reflex and the grasping reflex in the feet and this reflex that is very important. This is very important for the development of the cartilage and the bones, and that you have good hips, and that later on you don't get back pain. So when you put the baby into the baby carriage, the legs are straight, the baby is straight, the arms are out here, and it's like, and there is no movement. So the baby starts to cry. Instead of getting the baby out, we go like this and say, stop crying. So the baby gets the message, don't move, stop crying, and eat all the day long, because then you have something in your mouth.
刚才大家听到了，文老师是怎么样说这个 BB 车的？我相信你们听出的一个观点是什么？我的理解就是，如果把 BB 放在那里，它就一动都不动的了，就整天就只有一个姿势。我觉得老师也在点头。你的理解应该是老师想表达的意思。那么在这里呢，我其实刚才也说了，这是抛砖引玉，要告诉我们的观众朋友，这一位老师他的研究领域。那么我用一句话去总结，他是道法自然育儿法的科学研究者。这句话浓缩了很多意思。首先呢，文老师的研究领域要告诉我们，养育孩子要用我们最传统的、我们人类传承下来的方法来养育。其次呢，文老师对于这一个领域的研究是用科学的方法告诉我们为什么。所以，他的那个理论呢，我很粗浅的一个了解，就是说，人类呢，从我们的整体的一个发育的神经发育的一个角度来说，它需要非常多的一个自然发生的过程。我们的家长能够做的，应该是怎样扶持这个过程，而不是去阻止它或用其他方法去替代它。但是，其实发育机动学是很大的一个概念，怎么样跟我们的观众去交流这个他的一个研究心得？我想还是把话题交回给文纳克老师。
So humans are so complicated in their being and their nervous system that they need about 4 years to grow up. So no other animal on this earth takes so long. So from conception to birth, it's 9 months, and then it's 9 months on the body until the baby crawls, and then it's another 9 months until the baby can walk, and then it's another 18 months until the baby can talk and be social. So the babies are 3.5 after birth when they are finished. A horse or a cow is already finished half an hour after birth. So the reason why we humans have such a long pregnancy outside of the womb is that we don't have good instincts. We have to adapt to the surrounding and the culture because we can live everywhere. Like animals always have a special surrounding, so they have instincts how to survive there. But humans can live in Africa in the heat, or they can live in cold areas, and everywhere are different viruses and bacteria. And this is what the baby has to learn. So the immune system of the baby is only half developed. when they are born. The other half has to develop in contact with the mother, with the skin of the mother, with the nipple of the mother, so the baby gets the right bacteria and the right viruses and the right temperature, and it has to learn all this. It doesn't know.
那就是跟妈妈的身体要有非常近的一个接触，是这个意思吧？就是刚才您那段话。
Really, very close. We have a microbiome in our large intestine, in our small intestine, in our stomach, and this helps us to digest food. And the baby builds this microbiome in contact with the mother. So this is sometimes difficult when you adopt a child, because the mother is different than in pregnancy. So the baby has two microbiomes. One from the pregnant mother and one from the mother afterwards. So they sometimes have more digestive problems than children that are with their natural mother. So developmental kinesiology teaches for this time from conception to 3.5. So we have 7 very important stages. We have conception, then we have pregnancy, and in pregnancy, we develop all our senses.
雷纳特·文纳克，德国教育家，发育肌动学创始人，从事人类成长发育行为研究教育实践超过40年。他主张顺着人的发育规律来帮助孩子跨越发育障碍，人为干预必须合乎自然规律。
You shouldn't help little children. They are very competent.
在他的主张下，对于小 BB， 我们的家长应该怎样带孩子，怎样喂孩子，怎样伺候小 BB 的吃喝拉撒呢？本期同学无小事专访文纳克女士，为爸爸妈妈提供科学育儿新概念。古法育儿，科学新证。
你的研究的这个过程非常的漫长，我想呢，我们现场的观众呢，每一个阶段他们可能都经历过，或者正准备去经历。所以呢，我们能不能一个阶段一个阶段的来跟你共同的去分享、来交流，可以吗？那首先我先说第一个阶段，我知道这里呢是现场是有一位孕妇了，你的那个预产期是什么时候呢？
我的预产期是3个月之后。
谢谢你哈，我们就以你作为一个说法，就是其实文老师的研究，我估计你在那个怀孕之前就已经有说法了吧？对我们的有那个打算要宝宝的也在，然后这个正在怀孕的也在，在这个过程中，我们的 BB 会经历一些怎样的一个发育过程，而我们作为他们的爸爸妈妈该怎样做？这个过程能不能跟我们详细先说一下呢
？Yes, pregnancy has like 3 phases. So the first phase is from the first month to the 3rd month, when everything comes into existence. So the baby is so small, but everything is there already. And in this phase, it's very important that the mother has a lot of good nutrition, a lot of good thoughts, and a lot of contact to the baby, that she welcomes the baby and says, I'm glad that you are here and love to have you here, and I welcome you in the family. So in the second phase, the most important thing is that the brain and the senses and the reflexes develop. And in this phase, it's very important for the mother to move a lot and to be a lot outside and have good social contact and talk and sing, and so that the muscle tone of the baby can really build. So the muscle tone of the baby and the voice of the mother, they go together.
肌张力可能他们不太了解，什么叫肌张力呢？
Muscle tone is that I can build up my muscle, that I can have a good posture, that I can walk. So it's the coordination in my muscle and the strength in my muscle. The mother's voice is the leading for the muscle tone of the baby. So when the mother is very, I have to do this, I have to go here, the baby is all the time. So when the mother is having heavy working, but still stays in connection with the baby and with her voice, then it's very good for the baby. So this is the second phase.
那就是说，是不是他的肌张力的发育过程中，我们妈妈的语言要非常的注意，因为我们的语言就引导了他肌张力的一个发育的一个状况，是这个意思吗？所以我们的语言要不要像刚才你那么紧张的话，我们孩子的这个肌张力的发育就会有影响，是吗？
Yeah.
你们理解吗？能理解吧？所以说我们在怀孕过程中，刚才老师说到的这个到3到6个月的这个过程，正是我们孩子在肌张力发育的这个最重要的一个过程。所以他的引导是靠我们的语言，是妈妈的语言在引导着他的整个发育。所以老师刚才展示了一个妈妈的状态，她的语言状态。那在这方面你们有问题没有呢？
就您刚刚说的，我想问一下，就比如说，就是您刚刚说那种遇到很慌张的情况的时候，然后就会肌肉可能有些紧张，然后就不知道该怎么办。那其实这个是自己情绪上本来的一个自然而然发生的。那如果我们去刻意的去，就是说不让自己出现这种状况的话，会不会就是压抑了自己的情绪？就是我们应该怎么样去调节好自己的情绪，还有自己表现出来的这些行为呢？
It's very right what you say. You shouldn't suppress your emotions because the baby really needs the emotions of the mother. But when you get into emotions and you get angry or you cry, this is okay because the baby needs to be trained in having emotions. The thing that is not okay is when you, as a mother, are in too much stress. So I have to go there, I have to do this, I have to do this. And when you are put in too much anxiety, and this is a problem nowadays, that pregnancy is like an illness, so they put you in a lot of anxiety. They set the date when the baby has to be born, so we take the baby and the mother out of their own rhythm. You have to go to the doctor to get ultrasound, and then the doctor says something about your baby, and you get anxious. And this is not good for the baby. But emotions are very good, and you can always talk to the baby. You put your hand on your stomach and say, oh, mother is very angry now, and this happened to me. It has nothing to do with you, but I want you to tell you something about it. So that's very good.
所以这个时候我就想问，老师不断的说，哎，妈妈要跟比比说，那比比能听见吗？我们的作为人类，我们的耳朵是什么时候开始发育的？它怎样才能听到我们妈妈的声音呢？它是通过声音来感知的呢，还是通过其他渠道呢
？The baby has different channels. So the baby can read your thinking, and the baby can read your voice from 2 different sides. The baby can hear your voice from the outside and from the inside. Because your voice comes from the inside and is in your pelvic and goes from there to the baby. So has a lot of possibilities to listen to you. And my friend Carla Hannaford, who is a biologist, she told about research that when you say special words in your mother language, that the baby does special movements. And Dr. Tomatis from France found out that in utero already the baby learns language. So if you talk to your baby, it can understand language and start to wire the brain for the mother language. Therefore, we say it's the mother language.
那么我们刚才一直说是怀孕期间，在怀孕期间，你对我们的父母还
So there is a third phase in pregnancy. And the third phase is from 6 to 9 months, and this is the phase where the baby prepares for birth. And this is very important because the baby knows that the birth is a big adventure and it's not easy for the baby to do the birth. So it has 3 months to prepare itself. It prepares to build the reflexes, to ripen the reflexes, the senses. It prepares his whole self-regulation, and it builds fat. So when the baby is born, it has everywhere fat that is his survival equipment. So that when something happens to the mother, that the baby can survive. So this is the 3 months. So the baby prepares for having a good birth for 3 months. And so when you have a cesarean, it's a very big disappointment for the baby, because all the work it did for 3 months is for nothing. So these were the 3 phases of pregnancy. And the most important thing in pregnancy is that you touch your baby a lot, and that you talk to your baby, and that you inform the baby how you feel, what's going on, and what's going on with the birth, so that it knows how the birth will come. And the most important thing is that pregnancy is normal life. So you just go to your normal life. It's no illness. It's something very special, but it's no illness.
雷纳特·文纳克，德国教育家，发育肌动学创始人，从事人类成长发育行为研究教育实践超过40年。他主张顺着人的发育规律来帮助孩子跨越发育障碍，人为干预必须合乎自然规律。
You shouldn't help little children. They are very competent.
在他的主张下，对于小 BB， 我们的家长应该怎样带孩子，怎样喂孩子，怎样伺候小 BB 的吃喝拉撒呢？本期同学无小事专访文纳克女士，为爸爸妈妈提供科学育儿新概念。古法育儿，科学新证。
我觉得他是在回应你。他说：“是的，是的，是的，就是这样。你看看，是吧？”好可爱。我们继续听文老师说话好吗？啊，他想打开这个。哎，那我们是不是要跟随这个最小主持人的指引来展开我们以下的话题？我刚才听到老师说到了剖腹产这3个字，这是现在争议非常大的一个生产方式。那么大多数的家长也都被建议要顺产，但是这个情况呢会有非常多的不同。就现在的情况而言，我想先让老师介绍一下背景。
The name cesarean is very interesting. Cesarean means that only the children of Caesar were born like this. And for thousands of years, billions of children were born the natural way. So it's amazing for me that in the last 30 years, all over the world, they started to say that the doctor has to get the child, and not the woman has the power to give birth to the child. So in the 70s, we had a big movement in Germany that women said, we want to have our body back. And we want to organize pregnancy and birth when we are healthy. When the child is sick, or when I am sick, I go to the doctor. But when we are all healthy, then this is a matter of women, of a midwife and of me and the baby, and not of the medical system. And in working with this, we found out that the birth is the bridge between water and air, and that the baby needs this bridge to build all his systems. One of the most important things in the birth is that the baby gets the microbiome from the mother. So going through the vagina, through the mouth and the nose, the baby gets the microbiome that keeps his system healthy, and builds his digestion and builds his metabolism. So they found out that in the United States and in Europe, more and more children are sick. So they have obesity, they have diabetes, they have allergies, they have neurodermitis, and severe psychological problems like hyperactivity, hypoactivity, sadness, and things that they can't cope in school, that they have difficulties. So they looked at the statistics. The more the cesarean rises, the more these problems rise. And they say when we go on like this, rising the cesarean, in 2030, more people on this earth will be sick than healthy. And this is because during this time, we put the health system of the mother into the baby. And for that, we need the natural birth. This is only one little part of it. There are a lot of other arguments for a natural birth. But this is one of the most important that people don't honor at all. And they did some experiments that they put for babies that were born cesarean before 1 hour before the mother had a cesarean. They put some cloth into the vagina, and then after the birth, they put this into the nose and the mouth of the child. And the child afterwards was much more healthy. So this is the proof how important this is, that the baby gets the bacteria. So, and this is a support when you have to have a cesarean because of a medical reason, then this is a very important thing to do. So in my institute, where we get a lot of babies, we always do this because you never know what happens, that when the birth starts, that the mother takes the bacteria, puts it in the refrigerator, so when something happens, that the baby has the bacteria.
我知道你会有问题的，苏韵，因为我的这位同事她要生产，但是她已经被医生预告知你必须剖腹产。原因是什么？你能不能跟我们交流一下？
老师，是这样子的，因为我的第一个宝宝呢，他就已经是剖腹产出来的。然后就是我想问一下，就是在您的那个理论体系当中，就这样子剖腹产出来的孩子，他现在3岁多，然后就是我必须要对他，就是跟他做一些什么，能够弥补他这个缺失顺产的这个环节呢？然后第二个呢，就是因为我第一次是剖腹产的，然后医生说是因为我自己身体的一个客观的原因，就是我的那个内骨盆不够宽，然后所以不能顺产出来。然后我第二个宝宝是不是也是必须要这样子剖腹产呢？那如果真的是要剖腹产的话，我在就是生他出来之前，我自己就是要跟他之间要做一些什么样的互动，就是能够让他就是没有那么大的缺失呢？谢谢。
So this is very often in the medical system that they say if you had one C-section, you have to do the second one or third one too. And this is not true. So I would really get the advice of a good midwife that really knows a lot about the pelvic and that knows a lot about natural birth. And I would get her advice if this is true that your pelvic is not good enough for the birth. Because the amazing thing is that for thousands of years, our pelvic was good enough. And now I think you have, in the Western countries, 35% cesarean because the pelvic is not okay. And here they said it's 40 or 45%. That's funny that so many women don't have a good pelvic. So I would really advise to find a good midwife and to talk it through with her and to take the advice what she offers you. So when you have a natural birth and the birth can't go on, you can always have a cesarean. So that's not the problem. This is in former times how they did cesarean. When the natural birth got into danger because the child couldn't get out, then they did a cesarean. But now they do a cesarean without any reason, for just to avoid the risk. But with this risk, you avoid part of life for the baby, because the baby needs this coming through. There is a very nice story of a butterfly. So that a butterfly was in a puppet, and a little boy came and he saw that the butterfly was really fighting to get his wings out, and he felt sorry because it was so difficult for the butterfly and it took so much time. So he took a scissor and very carefully opened the puppet. And he didn't hurt the butterfly, but the butterfly never learned how to fly because or anything. So it's the child that starts the birth. So this is the first process you do, and it's a very nice process. So you have two people, and you make a bridge like this. So, and you are just there without doing anything. So you just be concentrated. And then the person goes on the stomach and just waits until the impulse comes. And there is a special impulse. It's very interesting. And then you walk through. And this is the first thing that you decided, and you don't support, you don't help. The person does it by itself. And you can do this with your child. And the second one is that you open the uterus. Okay, you hold this and come down like this. So this is how you open it, and you really do this as long as the child needs it, and then you do it as a play. So you hold something, a cushion or anything, and then when you have the feeling it's really strong, then you just open up and the baby can crawl through. So they really love this process. This is the opening. And the third one is that you have to turn a lot. You have a lot of reflexes that you can come out here. So, and this is the third one, but what you do with your baby, that you show him how to come out. And I can show it to you if you lie down here. Then I can show how you can do this with your baby.
我在这里也可以跟大家说一下，就是发育机动学不是一个只是研究的学问，不是在嘴上说的学问，它是能够让我们在实践过程中有解决方案的学问。那么现在刚才这位观众他的提出的问题就是，他有一个孩子就是已经是剖腹产了，那已经经历过一些可能是原来不需要有的一些伤害和损失。那么有什么那个弥补的方案没有呢？那么现在老师就说，其实是可以通过玩游戏，让这个孩子重新经历一个重新出生的过程，在这个重新出生的过程中去玩这个游戏。那我们可以那个请我们的摄像这个关注一下。
Okay. Yeah, very good, very good. Very good. Go, 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 go. Very good, very good. Yeah, good, good, good. Go, go. Very good, very good. Go on, go, go. You're good, good. Go on, come on. Good, good. Go. Very good process. Yes, yes. Very good, very good. Yeah. Wow. You made it. So, and then you bond with the eyes. Thank you very much. So these are the 3 steps, the self-regulation and the decision, and then the opening of the uterus and the coming out. And you just play this with your children as long as they want to, because they know when it is done.
那就是说，刚才呢，我们文老师跟我们讲了很多他的研究。讲明的一个道理就是，如果在能够顺产的情况下，能够自然生产的情况下，最好不要选择剖腹产。那么第二个问题是，如果是我们的孩子已经经历过剖腹产这样的一个本来可以不选择的方式来到我们这个世界，我们又是不是袖手旁观，什么事都做不了呢？ 当然不是。刚才文老师跟我们这位妈妈就做了一个游戏，这个游戏就是让妈妈带着孩子一起去玩的。其实我们在家里呢，也可以像刚才那位妈妈那样躺着，让我们的孩子躺在那里，重新经历一次出生的过程，把这个出生的过程当成一个游戏去玩。所以刚才我也在帮助了一下，刚才老师头顶是吧？这个就是模仿我们在妈妈肚子里要生出来的时候的那个状况，重复这个时刻，让我们的孩子把它变成一个很有趣的一个游戏。这就是老师所给的指引。
雷纳特·文纳克，德国教育家，发育肌动学创始人，从事人类成长发育行为研究教育实践超过40年。他主张顺着人的发育规律来帮助孩子跨越发育障碍，人为干预必须合乎自然规律。
You shouldn't help little children. They are very competent.
在他的主张下，对于小 BB， 我们的家长应该怎样带孩子，怎样喂孩子，怎样伺候小 BB 的吃喝拉撒呢？本期同学无小事专访文纳克女士，为爸爸妈妈提供科学育儿新概念，古法育儿科学新证。
发育机动学，真的，我们的观众看到我们今天的这个同学无小事节目，不要错误的以为我们这是一个嘴上派，就是只是在头上说的一个学问。我们在实践当中有非常多的一些实操的方案，所以我现在呢就想，问问老师，那么我们的孩子经历过这么样的一个生产的过程，来到这个世界了，我们的爸爸妈妈。我想数一下你们要面临的什么问题。这位是新爸爸，对不对？1个月多一点点。这个爸爸是刚刚有一个孩子，才1个多月。吃奶的是吗？换尿布的，抱的。所以，第一个，我想让文老师跟我们展示一下，他刚刚很辛苦的把他自己给包裹了一下。其实那个是他推荐的一种养育孩子的方式。他非常好的对比了一下，如果我们用一个 BB 车去养育孩子，和用他身上的这个背带会有什么不同？刚才已经解释过，但是我很想知道，我觉得你那个背带很漂亮，你能不能跟我们的观众那个演示一下，你是怎么样的背孩子的，或者是抱孩子的，可以吗
？So baby should always be face to the mother, not like this, because this is danger for the baby. The baby is not interested in the surrounding in the beginning. It has to be like this, face to the mother, always heart to heart. So when you carry the baby on the back, it's face to the mother too. So this is the most important thing, that you don't carry the baby straight. So it needs the squatting. This one, if you pick up a newborn baby, his legs always go like this, because this is the position the pelvic needs to develop. We have, I don't know how it is here, but in Germany, a lot of people have artificial hips. When they get 40 or 50 or 60, they get artificial hips. And this is because you want to have the baby? Very good. Very good.
我有一个建议，能不能让我们的妈妈抱一下，就是背一下他们的孩子，就是妈妈背孩子，不是您在旁边，就是跟他们一个指导，可以吗？可以吗？那个孩子会大一些。依依，你愿意吗？帮一下我们，住院来背一下。
I have to say something before to this, because the baby after birth is expecting to come on the mother. But then she understands, oh, this world is crazy. They don't put the babies on the body, they put the babies somewhere else. And the only possibility to survive for babies is that they say, I will never go into a cloth and be carried by a mother. So when you put a baby in this age in a cloth, it takes time. It will cry and cry and cry in the beginning because his belief system has to change again. We had just a course in Shanghai where we had a baby. She was 12 months or 14 months old? 16 months old. So it took us 4 days until she stopped crying when we put her into the cloth, and then she was very happy. And it took her a lot of time until she was ready to go through the process. So we can try, but I don't, if he starts crying, then I don't want to do it. Okay?
OK， 好。
Put her in here.
你问他愿不愿意？依依愿不愿意？
See?
啊，他不愿意吗？
好了，没事儿，没事儿。
他不愿意就算了啊。
没事儿，宝宝啊，好的啊，妈妈在这儿。哦，
你是最小的主持人，知道不？就是少儿频道有史以来最小的主持人。
Okay.
让他看得见你。
妈妈背。
哟，哈哈哈哈哈哈！笑了，马上笑了。
在家里喜欢那么背。
哦，就这样子是吗？那理论上妈妈应该可以减肥呀。这个背带很厉害的哦。
Okay, now you can close it.
我不知道爸爸学会没有？
可以意会。
可以意会哈。
先不要打那么紧，对，你的肩膀它会帮你扛着。
嗯，没事儿，正好可以调整身。嗯，好了。
OK， 文老师可以跟我们的观众介绍一下这样背的好处是什么呢？
So the baby is very secure with the mother, and the mother can walk. So I didn't do a very good job here. So, see, the mother can walk around and can work, and the baby can sleep and can look. It can experience the world and is always secure. So when you get her out, you just open it up. And very often the babies go to sleep here. And then you just sit down. And you open up.
Oh!
So when you don't use a stroller, the children build up their muscles and they are straight. And that's very important for their whole metabolism, for their immune system, and for everything. And then they either walk or they are carried by the mother. So children that grow up like this, they can walk very easily with 3 or 4 years for 3 or 4 kilometers. And they are not lazy. Like when you are in a stroller, you don't have to do anything with your legs. When you are here on the back, you have a lot of leg movements because your legs have and you have the pelvic open. So all this here develops. And what is very important, a lot of babies have digestive problems. And when you carry the child, it has a massage here and has a massage here. So it's much better to digest the nutrition. And this is how, for thousands of years, everybody carried the baby. So this is how a lot of countries carried the baby. And this is like they carry the baby in Indonesia, and like they carried it in Germany in former times. And here in China, as I found out, it's more that you carried the babies on the back. And that's very good. So to carry them on the back too. So I don't know when you stopped here in China to carry babies, but this is the normal way how babies always grew up, that they were carried. The stroller is very new, and we think it's easy to put the baby in a stroller, but it's much more complicated because you have a lot of luggage, you can't go into a bus, you can't go into the wood because then the stroller doesn't work, you can't work because you have to push the stroller, and you don't have any contact with the baby. The baby is very far away from you, and the baby can't feel you. So on the long run, the stroller is a lot of work.
那么说完这个推车，还有这个背带的话，我看到旁边还有一个安全座椅。其实这个安全座椅呢，好像也应该是我们西方人发明的。因为汽车也不是中国人发明的。那么这个安全座椅呢，现在在我们的国家里头有一些交通法规里头规定，我们的孩子一定要坐在这个安全座椅上。那么关于这一点呢，我们文老师您是怎么看呢
？When you have a baby in a car, it's very important to put it in the car seat because otherwise the baby is in danger. But the car seat should stay in the car. I don't know how it is here, but in Germany it's like this, that the baby is taken out of the car with the car seat, and then they are having them, swinging them in the air. And this destroys the balance system because the baby is no bird. It's like, because it doesn't know what's going on. And it's much too long in a restricted situation. So his muscles can't develop. The baby has two positions when it is small. One position is on the mother, the other position is on the back. And there he is acting a lot, doing a lot. And when they are older, you see this with this wonderful baby. He is exploring and running around and doing a lot of things. When they are too much in the car seat, they don't have movement experience. So their muscle tone doesn't build. And when they come to school, then they are like this. Or they don't have the strength to really hold the pen or to really coordinate their movements because they don't have enough movement experience. Our brain builds from movement. So if we don't move, our brain doesn't build. So it's the most important thing for babies to move all the time. And they can't move in here. So this is a very bad thing. And in Germany, when you go shopping, you put this car seat into the shopping machine.
能做给我看一下吗？
So what they do is that the baby is in here, and then they put it into the shopping car. And then they walk around like this. And this is like the baby is in the air. And we are no birds. So our balance system is not constructed for this. And this will bring a lot of psychological disturbances for the child and behavioral problems when it's a long time in there. So sit in here. Come on, sit in here. See, he doesn't want to. Tell him to come in here, to sit in here.
知道这是一个不舒服的行为，所以他没有像刚才那样被背的时候那样乐意的去配合了。
Okay.
其实他是蛮好的配合的。
See?
对
They don't like it. It's what they do. They go out of it if you give them the chance to go out of it. But that they don't go out of it, we fixate them.
其实我一直觉得这个发育机动学还是蛮好玩的，经常给一些机会我们成年人重回儿童时代或者重回 BB 时代。那么现在跟老师提的第二个实际上的问题，经常我会看到，就是 会用奶嘴，就是母乳的问题，还有就是安抚奶嘴的问题。关于这一点呢，我觉得您有非常非常多的想法，能不能跟我们的观众分享一下呢？
雷纳特·文纳克，德国教育家，发育肌动学创始人，从事人类成长发育行为研究教育实践超过40年。他主张顺着人的发育规律来帮助孩子跨越发育障碍，人为干预必须合乎自然规律。
You shouldn't help little children. They are very competent.
在他的主张下，对于小 BB， 我们的家长应该怎样带孩子，怎样喂孩子，怎样伺候小 BB 的吃喝拉撒呢？下期同学无小事继续专访文纳克女士，为爸爸妈妈提供科学育儿新概念。古法育儿科学新证